I agree with you. You talk about the automation, but yeah, here because we are talking about Python, even I will say Python is also everywhere, right? If we talk about Python nowadays, every company, you say Cisco, you say F5, you say any vendor, you know. So every big giants now are moving towards the automation, and it is spreading like anything. So writing, why? Because writing the program, you know, in the Python is very easy, which speed up the development. And this code takes very less time to write down because these are very simple. The syntax is ready to use. Maybe you can say there are a lot of, you know, examples are available over the internet. So people can easily learn about these things and do really a lot of improvements or optimization into your environment. I would try to show you today a lot of, maybe couple of examples also. I will show you some of the practicals also. Don't worry. So I would try to give you the summary, maybe very quick, in a very quick manner. I would try to give you through the Python. Okay. So if we talk about Python, why Python? I hope everybody is aware. Very simple. Very first thing is very simple to learn. Like if we talk about the programming languages, if we talk about some of the bar, like okay, it is nearby the machine, it is nearby the human. So even you guys are from the some of the guys are from the F5 also. In F5, we'll talk about F5 I rules are a bit like here on this scale, 50%. But Python is very close to the humans, bit like English language. If you are aware about English, you can learn about the Python. That is how. Maybe the machine language, bit byte language are there a lot of languages. We need not to cover those because whenever we are learning for the Python, when I am saying Python, just an heads up, I am talking about Python. I am not talking about anything. I am not talking about the web development. I am not talking about AI. I am not talking about anything. I talk about Python means I am talking about the networking. It means I am talking about the security. It means I am talking about the F5. See, Python has a very big range. You can do a lot of things into the Pythons, and people are doing a lot of things into the Python. But our scope is very clear that we need not to go from here to there. We are bit like to stick again and again onto our concepts for the networking, for the security, and for the effort. So if I will say, why Python? So let us say I'm giving very easy examples, very easy examples. Let us say you need to take the manual backup. Okay, Python from, I am not saying much, but maybe maximum after 4 or 5 class, you can create your own scripts for the backup. And it is damn easy that you can feel that, okay, it's nothing. Okay. So backupping kind of thing, restoring kind of thing, software upgrade little bit, maybe I will say advanced. You need to do a lot of things into that. You cannot create it in 4 to 5 classes. But yeah, later on, maybe you can do that as well. So you can schedule the task periodically if you have such of the task. Maybe if you need to push something on the 1,000 of the devices, okay, why not Python? Python has the version upgrade. I will show you like how to maintain the version. Let us say you need to migrate. Okay, you need to migrate a project, and into project there are thousands of the devices. There can be more than that. Maybe let us say there are thousands of the devices. Okay, so now on all of these 1,000 devices, you need to remove the previous company ACLs. You need to remove their maybe their standard configs, and you need to put your own standard config, right? And when you are doing it, you should have a lot of resource. You should have a lot of time to invest in to do this simple job, although it's a very simple job. But people need to be get awake, and 24/7 we have the deadlines. We need to fulfill those deadlines. So it is very tough. Why not Python? If we have some kind of centralized jump host, and this jump host has the reachability, that we require the reachability and the username and password, but for sure, if we have such things, maybe in one go, we can configure thousands of devices just like that. Only one time we need to create the script. The very first advantage, if I will say, yeah, it is simple. Yes, that it is scalable. Okay. but it is open. It is open for all, open source, free for all. You should be having the expertise. If you have the expertise, if you have the proper expertise into your team, you can use Python for sure. Because whatever tools I am talking, I am talking about these tasks, there are a lot of tools into the market. But again, per maybe license are required per devices basis. The device count license is required. Maybe the tool people are different people. Maybe tool, when you are purchasing it, there is some kind of another monetary part will come. But Python, just your team should be aware about it, and you can do a lot of things if you have a very good expertise in the Python into your environment. You can do. So open source, and there are something named as pre-built library. Like if I need to take the telnet of this device, although telnet is not a standardized version nowadays, not good. We need to go for the SSH for sure. But yeah, I am not teaching the telnet. I am not teaching the SSH, but I am talking about the Python. So yeah, we will go for the telnet also. Like if I need to make the telnet into this device through the Python, simple, nothing we need to do. We need to search out telnet library. There is a code, okay, 10-15 lines of code are there, okay, already written out. You just copy this code into your like editor, BI editor, whatever editor you can use. Those are known as IDE. Probably I will talk about that into our classes. So you just copy that, modify it, okay, modify it, and you can take the telnet. You can telnet into the device. You can do whatever you want to do. Okay, so those things is very easy. Like when you need to write down a program, you have the pre-built libraries available. Okay, you just need to follow those libraries. You should be aware about the syntax. If you guys are aware about the syntax, you guys are aware like how these libraries are built upon. What is the object data type? Data type is something which is maybe a lot of focus is required over there. You need to put 100% attention. Yes, a lot of theoretical part also there, but practical also. And we will be gonna enjoy on these kind of things. Okay. So when we are talking about Python, I can be sure that there are, you can see over the screen even. These are the tech giants which are using Python as the main language and as the supportive language into their environment. Okay, like you can see the name as the Google, IBM, NASA, Netflix, Facebook, lot of giants. Okay, not the main language only, but the supporting language. So number of giants using the Python now. There is a website named as Reddit. I used to talk about Reddit. So Reddit is an American social news aggregation, content writing, or maybe discussion website, you can say. A very huge, I will say, the thousands of the communities there, endless conversation, authentic human connection, lot of things are. And Reddit is totally written on. So you can see that that is for sure website development, but I'm trying to give you an idea that not only in the networking field or security field, but around all of the maybe fields, either it is AI or whatever. Okay, we are moving towards the Python nowadays. So Python is very important, really very important. Even the Ansible is what? Ansible Tower is also the base is having the Python, right? So it can implement in different areas for sure, like your machine learning. Okay, artificial intelligence, internet of things. Okay, web development. In the web development, let me tell you, we will touch this portion. There is a special class named as Django. Okay, we will be talking about that. And when we will learn about Django, again, we will create a project. In this project, we will create an HTTP page, which have maybe some information like anybody here who does not know about F5 device, please? So that I can give some of the example about F5. Okay. I hope everyone is aware. Okay, good. So we will create an HTTP page where we will ask from the user, give me the IP of the virtual server. I will let you know the status, either it is up or down. Second thing, you just submit a button and we will give you the all of the certificate details, like certificate are expired or certificate still having the expiry date yet to come, or all of those things can be provided to you. Just pressing a button. But in the background, we will invoke Python script by hitting those buttons. And when creating these websites, again, we will be using Django. Django is again the web development, used as the web development for the Python. So that kind of iteration can be also done using the Python. Literally fastest growing language in terms of number of developers who are using it and number of libraries which are present over the internet. Okay. So I hope everyone of you is aware, like what we do provide. You would be having the lab access 24/7. I would be the instructor. Whatever we teach, we record it. We provide you the recording so that you can go through those recording in your own pace. Okay. And when we are providing the practicals here, we would be not using Cisco. We use F5, or maybe you can use any of the supported vendor, whatever you wanted to do. So let me go through the lab now. Okay, I am just moving to the practical part. I just wanted to show you the practical, how we can perform some of the practical. I just wanted to show you the lab part. So give me a minute. This is our lab. Now, maximum of you are aware like how to use this lab. Who those are new? Just you need to right click on the start, and these devices will get started up. You just double click on these devices and this device will show you the console. Maybe let me make it bigger. Okay. So in our device, if you see, this is the management PC. So Python can run on, maybe it's not the platform basis. You can run on Windows, you can run on the Linux, any device you can run. So we are providing you the Linux server also. If somebody wanted to run from the Linux, you are free to use Linux. If you wanted to use the Windows, you can use the Windows. I am comfortable in the Windows probably. I will show you on the Windows. But yeah, same script you can run through the Linux also. The main thing is the reachability. That reachability should be there for all of the devices. So that is the main part. Reachability should be there. So for reachability, probably I will give you some of the workbooks, how to make these reachable devices reachable. Okay. Post that, we need to run some of the scripts so that we can configure all of these devices through the Python. And when we are running those scripts, we are running those scripts on the Windows machine. Windows machine, Python is there. Python will interact with our devices like this device. It will interact with this device, and whatever change we need to do, that change will get done. It is a bit like you are using the Telnet, or you using the SSH, or maybe you are using the SNMP probably. Similarly, you can use nowadays Python. Okay. Or later on, I will show you some of the API calls also. API calls through the Postman. So on the, yeah.
This is just the matter of the communication matrix and port, not other than this.
True. We don't require any agent on the device itself. Nothing
Okay.
required.
Okay. Okay.
Nothing required. Agentless. It is known as agentless. So only the matter of that, whatever you are seeing, you are right. Okay. I am going to show you practical today, not for you. Okay. You will be able to understand. Not completely. You can ignore the syntax part, but you will understand the logic for sure. For sure. Okay. Very easy it is. So first, let me show you some of the script. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
And we will also get labs to do our own hands-on.
Yes, Saju, you will get the lab access.
Okay, thank you.
For sure, you will get the lab access. You can perform your labs by your own. Yeah, what I was speaking is, this is the diagram. You can see now in this topology, in this Python topology. Let me show you one thing. I am showing you the power of Python. Just I am showing you a very small demo. Okay, that script you will not able to understand today, but I will show you some another easy script. Here, what I would do is I will run a script over here. That script will ask, okay, on which device you want to go. For sure, I will go on this device only because this device has connected one device. I made it up. There are 3 devices, 1, 2, 3. And what my script will do, my script will show me the CDP neighbor in the form of graph. Okay, very easy. When you will learn about it later on in the classes, for sure, not today. Okay, but yeah, I am just trying to show you like how we can achieve that. For that, let me have the IP address of this switch. The name is main switch, so IP interface 3. Okay, let me pick any 201.1.1. Now, to invoke the script, what I can do, I can go to the command prompt. There are different ways. I will tell you about each and every way. Don't worry. But currently, I'm going to the desktop. Here, Python is a keyword followed by whatever you maybe whatever name you wanted to give. Okay. It is asking what was that 200.1.1.1 if I'm not wrong. So username and password already stored in this script, and here you go. Can you see? If I show you, it is showing you 3 devices: switch 2, router 3, and internet gateway. If you see, it is switch 2, router 3, internet gateway. Let me do one more thing. Let me make this switch on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This should show me now 4 devices, right? Let it get booted, or maybe in the CDP table. Let me see that if it is there. So just to be sure that it is giving me the correct output. Internet gateway, switch 2, switch 1, router 3. Okay, it is having the 4 devices now. Now I will go again, run this script just by the upper arrow. Okay. Again, I am putting the same IP 200.1.1.1. Here you go. Can you see? This time it is 4. You can even zoom it if you wanted to zoom. Okay. Maybe if you wanted to save, you can save it. Whatever you want to do, probably you can put a lot of efforts. Maybe you can iterate the script as per your choice. Later on, maybe howsoever you want, you can just iterate it. So that was something like maybe a simple demo I was explaining about. I cannot show you the script currently in this demo, but yeah, later on I will gonna show you all the scripts. Maybe we will write it together. Okay, so don't worry, we will do it later on. That is the later stage. But let me do something with you guys as well. Okay, because you come here and you are providing your time. So let me do something with you. I was telling that if I need to do the telnet, maybe I can say telnet Python. Okay, I'm just going to the Google and writing down telnet Python. If I find this first link and go very down, you can see there is something, some program is there. Okay, just copy this program. Go to VI Visual Studio Code. Let me press Control N, new file, Control V. I am just trying to save this. Control. Yeah, and let me say today is 12th June 22. I'm saving it on the desktop with the name 12th June 22, and it is python.py. Let me save it. Okay, we will be going to talk about these things later. What is this? Now if you will find out these things, you can just ignore these. Maybe I will gonna explain about each and everything later on. But let me tell you currently what the logic. Okay, maybe let me shut off these extra devices. Let me go to this device, switch to enable, show IP interface brief 200.112. Let me go to that. And first, let me check the connectivity 200.1.1.2. Either it is reachable or no. Open. Username and password is Cisco. So I am putting Cisco and Cisco. Okay. I am able to go on this switch. Let me make the settings little bit font. Font. So that everybody of you can be able to see it clearly. Show IP interface brief. You can see we have one interface that is up, right? And having the IP address maybe I will say. Rest I have VLAN 1 and no loopback or something. Okay, let us create the loopback through the Python script. Okay, that we need to do. So what we are doing here, probably you can ignore it, but if you want, I can just explain quickly. I am importing something, importing get pass module. So we can import a lot of module. Again, you cannot understand in today's class only. You required some of the theoretical class to understand about these things. But yeah, just try to, maybe if you can able to relate it, please try to understand that. Here I am importing the Telnet library. Now see it. Somebody else created the Telnet library. What I am doing, I am just using that program. And I am using it with my own environment, like localhost is something 201.1.2. That is my IP address where I want to connect with. User, it will ask like, what is your username? Maybe not remote account. The good thing is if I will be prompted up, like what is your, enter your username. That would be great. Password, maybe I can say the same thing here also, enter your password. Probably let me just copy this complete. So you need to iterate, the script. You cannot use it as it is. You need to have knowledge about it. Just I am trying to show you some example. That is why I am making some sense. Okay. Now one thing, if I, let me go again. If I 200.1.1.2 take the telnet of this device, I am prompted with the username. Maybe whosoever create this script, there it was prompted for login. So I need to just change that from login to the username. Password, let it be the password. Okay. By now, till here, by now, script will enter into the device. And in further command, we will configure the loopback. Let us configure the loopback in these commands. So what we can do is, let me just copy this. Probably about this syntax, we will gonna talk later on, not today. Okay, because you cannot understand everything in one go. Let me go to the config terminal. In the config terminal, I am going to the interface loopback 0. In the loopback 0, I am saying IP address, IP address 1.1.1.1 255.255.255.255 and just and exit. So this will just exit from the device, and this my last line will do what? It will print all the commands which we are executing. Okay, so anything after the hash is treating as the command. We will be going to talk about these practices, but later on, not today. So I'm just trying to give you an overview. Now let me run this script again. Let me go to the command prompt. In the command, although I can run through here also, but let me run through the command prompt only. Let me go to the desktop. And here, if I will see the dir, there should be 12 June 22. Yeah. So let me have the Python and 12 June 22.py. Let me press enter. You can see it is asking for the username. Username is Cisco, password is also Cisco. And if you see, this command prompt is showing that my script went into the device switch to run the interface loopback 0 blah blah blah, and it get exit out from the switch and again into the main command prompt. If I will see here, run the upper arrow, put enter, and here you go. Are you getting my point? Very easy. So maybe here you will not be able to relate much because the Telnet library is again the very old library. But let me do one thing. This time, let me put the description. And in the description, let me put configured via Python. Okay. Let me save this. Run this script again, and before running, maybe let me show you show interface description. Okay, currently there is nothing, right? Loopback 0, yeah, loopback 0, nothing. And now I'll save it. Yeah. Let me just run it. Asking for the username Cisco, asking for the password Cisco, and done. Now let me go over here. See, so it proves. Although it's an old, I am saying it's an old library, but you can see that how a simple script, hardly of how much lines, maybe. Although there are a lot of iterations required, right? I will do those iterations later on. Hardly 15, 16 lines are there, okay? And you can log in into one device. But if I will introduce something known as loops, okay? There are two types of loops, for loop and while loop. I will gonna show you how to use those loops. But if you will run the loops, you can do a lot of things. Let me show you maybe. Okay. Not here. Where is my command prompt? Okay. If I will write down Python, I will be into the Python interpreter. Okay. Here I can run some of the things like for n in range, and probably about the syntax I will be gonna explain later on. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Configure VLANs number. See, what I did is I just run down two commands. Okay, 2 lines only 2 lines with the for loop. Like I am saying, for n in range 1 to 100. Okay, it will just execute from 1 and 1 less than whatever I am putting over there. And just saying configuring the VLAN number and just iterate with n. So it will start from 1 to the 99. You can see 1, 2, 3. So if we need to go in n number of devices, we will just pick the devices from the list. Okay, even from the external file, we will pick out the inventory list, and we can just keep on configuring the devices like in a very short time. So that is how we can utilize our Python script, and we can utilize our skills with our Python, and we can use the, we need to like do a lot of things in the lab for sure. And I will show you different labs from the complex, very complex, simple also. Okay, so our syllabus is like the comprehensive syllabus from the scratch level 0 to the level like you can understand. Okay, you can contact here, maybe everybody is aware about it. So that's what for today. Thank you. I just wanted to show you a short demo like how we can utilize Python into our environment. Okay, not only for the Cisco device, again we will gonna do for the F5 also, and just it's a matter of changing the OS, iOS. Like if I don't want to go with Cisco, I want to go with maybe Juniper, I will use June OS. Maybe Cisco Nexus, I will say NXOS. Maybe some another thing, probably I just need to change the OS value, and rest all of the script will be same later on. Okay, not for the Telnet, but later on.